In this video, I do a landing on a 2,800-foot runway perched on top of a hill at McVille Airport in gusty crosswinds, an airport uniquely positioned in classic western Pennsylvania terrain with the runway on top of a hill that rises about 350 feet above the Allegheny River in a steep bluff. Then I head over to Pittsburgh International Airport to land on an 11,000-foot runway next to dozens of American Airlines planes that are currently parked on runway 28 center.
It's hazy today. I wouldn't necessarily say any of this is anything approaching marginal VFR, but it is hazy.
The day before this flight I was hopeful. It looked like we might see at least some visibility restrictions due to rain, even if ceilings weren't going to be marginal. That didn't materialize, and while there was some haze and a high overcast, the ceiling was consistently over 10,000 feet. It wasn't what I had hoped for, but at least Mother Nature threw another challenge at me in the form of gusty winds. At Macville Airport, the runway is 1432, and with winds predicted to be gusting from 10 to 20 knots out of a 230 direction, this would be almost a direct crosswind.
Allegheny County information, India, time 1850 Zulu observation, 125015, dust 19er, visibility 10, view clouds 10,000, temperature 13, dew point -1, altimeter 2978, ILS runway 28 approaching needs. Notice airman, taxiway Alpha 5 and Alpha 1 edge markings not standard, apron main terminal ramp non-movement area boundary markings not standard, remote comm outlet 122.4 out of service. Use caution for multiple inlet towers in vicinity of Allegheny County Airport. Reback all hold short instructions, 5 minutes contact. You have a freight from India.
Allegheny Tower, Cardinal 52667, hold short 28 at Alpha. We're ready to go, VFR to the northeast.
Partner 52667, Allegheny Tower, runway 28 full length, right turn on approved, clear for takeoff.
Runway 28 clear for takeoff, full length 667. All right, we got a crosswind from the left. The windsock, I can see the windsock up there. Gear up. Flaps up.
Macville Airport's perched up on the top of a hill. It's a really cool spot. I made this image in Google Maps to show exactly where it is and what the terrain around it is like by merging the satellite and terrain views in Google Maps. So you can really see how it's about 350 feet up from the river valley in a steep bluff. It drops off right by the side of the runway. And it's a really neat look as you're coming in to 3-2 because you can see the runway is just way up there on the top of a hilltop and the ground is way below you. It's a really interesting visual illusion. It'd be fun to come back and take off of runway 14 because I think you're going to see like the terrain drop away from you and it's going to be a really neat look.
All right, so it's a little bit gusty, and my thinking is that basically because we don't have weather at McVille, then I'm gonna fly over and take a look and see what we have in terms of what the windsock looks like and what the airport looks like. I've never been in there before, so we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. and decide if I want to do 1-4 or 3-2. I think either one is going to be pretty much a direct crosswind. But really, ideally, we like to avoid anything that's like a quartering tailwind is particularly bad. McVille traffic overflying the field. Cardinal 52667 overflying the field. And after that, we will maneuver to enter a left downwind for 3-2, McVille.
When I was reviewing footage for this, I heard a faint traffic call from a pilot who departed runway 32 as I was 15 or 20 miles out. He called it Macville, so I guess that might be the proper name. Please excuse my mispronunciation in the cockpit audio. Macville does not have automated weather observation, so I do this the old-fashioned way, fly over the airport and check out the windsock from above. It revealed an almost direct crosswind with a mild preference for runway 32, and so I maneuvered to enter a pattern for 3-2.
Alright, flaps 10 and gear down. Let's get ourselves slow down. I got a good look at the windsock while I was coming over. McVille traffic, Cardinal entering a downwind for 3-2, left downwind 3-2 McVille. Alright, I'm downwind. Gas, undercarriage mixture props, seatbelts, all checked. I got a wheel. McVille traffic, Cardinal turning base 3-2, McVille. McVille traffic, Cardinal turning final 3-2, McVille.
$500.
My rollout on final was sloppy here. I overestimated the wind and applied too much crosswind correction.
Alright.
The important part is to always be correcting.
That actually lined up. Gas undercarriage mixture prop seatbelts.
As I transitioned into the slip for landing, I again overcorrected a bit, likely the result of the winds dying out a bit below the trees or just not gusting at the moment. I managed to straighten out reasonably, but landed on the upwind side of the runway center line. Not my favorite landing, but the important part is to always avoid side-loading the gear. You can see a view of the two windsocks on the left. In classic fashion, they're each pointing in slightly different directions.
McVille traffic, Carl back taxiing 3-2 for takeoff.
Macville has no parallel taxiway, so I had to back taxi for departure. It's a very small airport. No other traffic was observed. I turned around and headed back after using about half of the 2,800-foot runway. I used 20 degrees of flaps instead of 30 due to the gusty winds.
McVille traffic, Cardinal 5267, takeoff straight out 3-2 will be a left downwind departure exit. Out of usable runway, gear up.
After departing Macville, I headed for Pittsburgh International. I did a landing here a few weeks ago. Traffic is way down, as it is everywhere at big commercial airports. Several things are interesting about landing at big airports. Runways are long and wide, which creates the opposite visual illusion of a small runway. You tend to think you're closer to the runway than you really are. During more typical traffic times, big airports are often places where you'll be asked to do a keep your speed up approach. A Cessna Cardinal RG can slow down pretty nicely when you pull the power out as long as you have the gear down. The nose gear door is a bit of a speed brake. Of course, right now the place is a ghost town, and you'll get a whole 11,000-foot runway to yourself. It's the perfect time to practice large runway approaches and landings without impacting any other traffic.
Taxiway Echo between the Airport Reserve Ramp South accept and approach and runway 28 center closed. Taxiway November between November 2 and Taxiway Echo closed except aircraft wingspan less than 214 feet. Airport surface surveillance capability in use. Operate transponder with altitude encoding and at beyond all airport surfaces. Bird activity in the vicinity of Pittsburgh Tower will advise. Read back all runway hold short instructions. Read back all altitude assignments. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Victor. Pittsburgh Tower arrival information, Victor. 1851 Zulu. Wind 220 at 11. Visibility 10. Ceiling 12,000 broken. 20,000 overcast. Temperature 13. 2.0. Altimeter 2976. Multiple approaches in use. Arrivals expect ILS runway 28 left. ILS runway 28 right. Notices to airmen. Runway 3228 center closed. Taxiway Delta 1 closed. Taxiway Delta 2 closed. Taxiway Echo 2 closed. Taxiway November 4 closed. Taxiway Romeo 1 closed. Taxiway Delta closed between Taxiway Victor and Taxiway Whiskey. Taxiway November closed between Taxiway Echo and Taxiway Foxtrot. Taxiway Papa closed between Taxiway Echo and Taxiway Foxtrot. Taxiway Quebec closed between Taxiway Echo and Taxiway Foxtrot. Taxiway Sierra closed between Taxiway Echo and Taxiway Foxtrot. Taxiway Echo between the Airport Reserve Ramp South accept.
Pittsburgh approach Cardinal 52667, VFR 25 miles to the east of Pittsburgh International. I'd like to do a landing there.
For 52667, pit approach, pit altimeter is 2975, squawk 0313 and ident.
0313.
667, roger, you can proceed straight in, runway 28 left. The ATIS is Victor, and I'm showing you at 3,100 now. Cardinal 667, you're cleared into the pit class Bravo airspace, descending for pit.
Cleared into the class Bravo, direct pit, descending for pit, 667.
Cardinal 667, contact pit tower 128.3, see ya.
128.3, see ya, 667. Pit tower, Cardinal 52667, would like the option for 28 left.
Cardinal 52667, Pittsburgh runway 28 left, clear for the option. Upon completion of the option, maintain VFR airflow 3000 and fly heading 180.
Okay, clear for the option 28 left. After that, maintain below, at or below 3000 and heading 180. Flaps 10, tear down. Yeah, center carriage, make sure you strap seatbelts. Got a wheel in the window, I got a wheel in the mirror.
$500.
Passenger coach, make sure you grab seatbelts. We have so much runway here and it's so wide compared to what we had before. All those planes lined up on runway 28 center.
Tower, friendly 144 at 28 right, ready for departure.
Friendly 144, Pittsburgh Tower, runway 28 right, runway 360, clear for takeoff, wind 21013.
Clear for takeoff 28 right, right turn to 360, friendly 144.
I decided to do one more landing and repositioned one of my cameras while flying the downwind to look out the right side window at the airliners parked on runway 28 center. Even though Pitt is on the smaller size for Class Bravo airports, it's still pretty remarkable to just do close traffic pattern work on the runway with no sequencing, cleared to land on the downwind.
Pittsburgh Tower, Cardinal 667, if we could stay in the pattern for one more for 28 left, that would be great, and then we can head up on that 180 heading.
Lane 667, roger, make left close traffic, runway 28 left.
Left close traffic for 28 left, 667.
Friendly 144, contact departure, good day.
Departure, friendly 144.
Cardinal 667, runway 28 left, clear for the option. Upon completion of the option, maintain VFR below 3000 and fly heading 180.
Clear for the option 28 left, and after that, maintain VFR out below 3000, 180 heading. Cardinal 667. Laps 10. Passenger gauge, make sure you grab seatbelts. I got a wheel, I got a wheel. Make this one a more typical approach.
$500.
There were dozens of planes off to my right at total count. The line of them just keeps going. Who knows when they will be flying again? I know some of the people watching this have flown professionally or hope to. There's not much comforting to say to those watching this wondering what will happen with their careers. Hopefully, these planes will be flying again soon.
Cardinal 667, contact departure, good day.
Tax departure, thanks for the help, 667. Pittsburgh departure, Cardinal 52667 off of pitch 1,200, climbing to 3,000, 180 heading assigned.
Cardinal 52667, pit approach, or correction, pit departure, radar contact a mile southwest of pit at 2,400, maintain VFR at 3,000.
Maintain VFR 3,000, 180 heading, 667.
For 667, when able, proceed direct to Allegheny County. They're using runway 28, information India is current.
We got India, and we'll proceed direct, 667.
I headed back to Allegheny County with a nice view of the city of Pittsburgh off the left wing. I didn't get the marginal VFR I was looking for to shoot approaches, but at least I got some good challenging weather in the form of winds. An airport like Macville is always fun, but it's even more of a fun challenge in gusty crosswinds. Going from a 2,800 foot long, 60 foot wide runway to an 11,000 foot long, 200 foot wide runway is great practice for landing on runways of all sizes. Returning to Allegheny County, information India is still current, with winds 30 degrees off the runway at 15 gusting 19 knots. Not as much of a crosswind component, but the gust factor was definitely there, and in the last 50 feet or so the wind died off considerably. Quick action on the controls can be required. Subscribe to my channel for more Cardinal flying videos.